Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and welcome to a review. This is going to be a review of the very first episode of WandaVision. This is the Disney Plus Marvel show that just premiered today. You're going to get episode 1 reviewed today, and tomorrow you're going to get the episode 2 review. Two very fun, entertaining episodes here. And yeah, man, you gotta watch WandaVision, because if you have not seen it, this review will contain spoilers. That goes for this and episode 2. So yeah, let's dive on in, shall we? So right off the bat, this show opens with, this classic, 60s, I believe, type television opening. Because the different episodes are gonna have like their own special intros, depending on the era that they take place. And I'm so excited for that, because it was such a cool thing to see, because I know these episodes were filmed in front of a live studio audience. That just makes it even funnier, for these 60s ones. And, you see these characters that we're so used to, fighting and just being, I don't know, not doing the things they're doing in this show. So it was a cool change of pace, and it was cool to see these characters from a completely different, aspect, and almost in a completely new environment, new different world. Because, I mean, we get the sense that something is not right here. Wanda is sort of, I don't know, it's kind of, Wanda and Vision seem to be trapped in their own kind of paradise, where this life where they wish they had, where they were together. Because there was a moment during episode 1 where basically the plot of episode 1 is they're trying to remember what this date is on the calendar. Wanda figures that it's an anniversary, so she starts planning this big anniversary thing, and Vision finds out that it actually is the day where he's going to have his boss and his wife over to their house for dinner. So it's a big thing where, Vision gets them to the house, and, he's expecting a meal cooked, and, Wanda, she hears the door slam, she just goes up the boss with her eyes closed, and she's like, guess who? She's trying to be very romantic, and then they're all confused, so it's pretty funny. Normally the laugh track gets me in this, but it's Marvel, so I let it pass. It was great. It was a great element that they added into it. Let's see, what is another thing that I really loved about this? My point. I didn't even get to the point of what I was saying. But the boss, when they're eating dinner, he starts to choke on the food, and his wife is just saying like, stop it, but then it kind of turns into a very almost kind of dark thing, like they're on a loop, and she seems like she's trapped. She's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. She's kind of saying it even more persistent every single time, and she has a grin on her face. Like, that kind of sold it to me that, like, something definitely is going wrong here. Because, there's these people, and you'll see it in episode 2, where there are people that don't exactly seem 100% normal. Which is kind of fitting, because our two lead characters are anything but normal. But, they're trying to be normal in this world. With Vision having to pretend to be a human, and Wanda trying to conceal her powers. It was very interesting to see. To be honest, like, the plot didn't really advance in episode 1. So I may be just rambling on about how good it is and how just weird and strange some of the moments are, but hey, I mean, you guys gotta watch it. I'm serious. Basically, they're trying to impress Vision's boss, and in the end, Vision's boss, after Vision uses his powers to kind of get the piece of whatever out of the boss's, neck. It was kind of strange because they don't touch. That's another thing that makes me, think that something is definitely off here, because Vision is clearly seen as, his true self when he gets the piece of food out of his boss's neck. Also the fact that, he breached into his boss's neck. It just doesn't bother them. That just even sells the point further that something is very wrong here. They don't exactly notice it. They don't. Yeah, it seems like any time that Wanda and Vision start to notice that something is going on, within their world, it's kind of like reset, or it just tries to fix itself and correct itself as much as possible. Or it does like they do in this episode, and they just don't even touch on it at all. The people, you would think it's just like, what did you do? How did you stop me from choking? But no, they just move on from it. That is very mysterious. And I like that element about that. It was pretty cool to see that, because we've never seen these characters, not fighting something. I mean, we've seen some scenes with them in Civil War, just talking and kind of building that relationship, and then again in Infinity War. But I mean, Infinity War was basically the end of the end of their love story. But this is kind of kick-started it. It's almost like this is the beginning, almost. But we get something at the end of each episode. Not each episode, I'm sorry. We get at the end of this episode, it zooms out after, the episode presumably ends, of the show, I guess, that they're on. And it zooms out, with them on a television screen, like a small screen, and someone is there at the desk watching. So that's very interesting. I wonder who it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know who it could be. 'Cause someone obviously has Wanda trapped in this fantasy, because Vision is dead. Last time we seen him, he was very dead. And honestly, I don't know what they did with Vision's body after he died in Infinity War. I don't know if they just had, if they had his body just lying around in the Avengers HQ, in Endgame. I'm sorry to say that his body is gone, because as we know, it was bombed by Thanos in Endgame. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking into it too much, but I don't know, that seems like something they might be able to touch on, because it was kind of weird how they just never touched back on Vision. Because, especially now with, Black Panther is alive again in their universe, and I know with Chadwick gone, it would be a lot harder to pull off, but you would just have to have Shuri do it. But, they could possibly do something with Vision in this show where he gets brought back. I hope that's the case, but in the meantime, it's very much Wanda's kind of nightmare that she's going through. And I think it's going to tie directly into Doctor Strange 2, and some of the other shows and movies to come. But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else we can really talk about. Wanda's neighbor is pretty great. I forget the actress's name. But she's been in a few things that I've seen the past few years. Oh my gosh, what the heck was she in? What was the last thing that I saw her in? I think she voiced one of the characters from the Addams Family from 2019, but that's not a good example. She's in the Bad Moms movie. Once again, that's not a good example really either. Gosh, I swear I was thinking of something that she was in. Catherine Hahn. That is what her name is. Yeah. But she's been in a few good things. She was in We're the Millers and Step Brothers and stuff like that. Not very noticeable roles, I guess. But she gets around, I guess. Yeah. I don't even think she voiced the girl in Addams Family now that I see it. I think she voiced Doc Ock in you know, what am I even talking about? Why am I talking about her? She was great, is my point. But, you know, of course our main characters are as charming as ever. Elizabeth Olsen is great, as always, and Paul Bettany is awesome, all the time. And I'm very excited to see the other characters, like, I believe Monica Rambeau, Kat Dennings is coming back, which I thought was pretty cool, from the Thor films. I forget what her character is. Darcy? Yeah. So she'll be back. But yeah. So yeah, stay tuned to, till tomorrow. Stay tuned to tomorrow to find out what I thought about episode 2. And, yeah, that's all I have to say for episode 1. Go watch it on, Disney Plus right now. This is not sponsored. Because Lord knows if I was sponsored by Disney, I would make a big thing about it. But, yeah. I, thank you guys very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.